Morning, it's Patrick the Okie Shaver. Saturday, February 27th. Wanted to share another shave with you. I using a Gym Damaskeene open comb this morning. I had one that I traded off. I traded it for this Gillette Bulldog, and it was really mild. It took a lot of work to get a good shave out of it. So I traded it for the Bulldog, like I said. And HD Shaves, who the first one came through, said he had another one for sale that wasn't quite as mild, so I went ahead and bought this one. Glad I did. It gives a really good shave, and you don't have to work quite so hard with it. The soap we're going to be using today is a vintage soap. It's Yardley sandalwood, I think, is what this is supposed to be, but there's no scent to it. It's old. I'm not sure. The way the stickers are on here, it could have been from the 40s through the 60s, I think, maybe. And I'm not sure when it changed, but the Yardley soap has been around for a long time. I've got it ready to go in this little Francoma bowl with this horsehair knot. It's a Vie Long horsehair, and it was made for the shaving nook. This is one that Kurt Green sent me, along with the solid set bore that I used a couple weeks ago. And for aftershave today, I don't know, I was thinking of using the Skin Bracer Cool Spice vintage stuff from the 80s sometime, I would think, or had a conflict and I wanted maybe, this is Aqua Velva Original Sports from Canada. I think that, or I know I bought it from Dan Varga at the Shave Meetup, and he has family in Canada. I think they bring it to him when they come down, and he usually has a bottle or two laying around, and he happened to have an extra and sold it to me. It smells really good if you've never smelled it. To me, it smells good. Anyways, all right. This lather's a little more runny than what I'm used to using. Jeffrey Smith, who's a YouTuber who lives up in Broken Arrow, just a little north and west of where I live. He always says he got a little bit runny, but that's what he always means to do. And just giggles about it. Anyways, I'll get started on this shave. I hope everybody's doing good and has had a good week. And if you're not feeling well, maybe you're on the mend. Nothing else. I shaved yesterday morning about 5:30, 6 o'clock, like normal. It's a little later than that today. I'm not sure what time it is. 10:30 maybe. And the blade I've got in this, I think only has one use. I think I threw the other one away that I'd used 3 or 4 times, hopefully. And maybe I haven't used the SE since, I'm not sure. But if this starts going bad, we'll know what I've done, and I'll have to stop and change it out. Anyway, here we go, first pass. My wife's out working in the yard right now, or she was. She was sick this fall when there's a lot of things that she does around October, because she usually has gourds and pumpkins and stuff like that. She didn't get to pull up all the stuff and clean up like she wanted, so she's out doing that. And I don't do it because I wouldn't do it to suit her. She still has to go back and redo it. Last weekend, maybe the weekend before. Yeah, it was when it was so cold, so it was the weekend before last. She had on about 6 layers of clothes and was going out to do something. And she bumped the door facing coming out of the bathroom here, and this is where my rack of razors and collectible stuff is, one of them. And my Gillette Goodwill hit the floor, not the counter, but hit the floor. And I about pooped down both legs, to be honest about it. I love that razor. It means a lot to me for whatever reason. Shouldn't have been that big a deal, but I kind of had a fit about it. Anyways, none of the teeth got bent on the head, but the I'll show you right quick. Right here, this and the head came off together, and it split the tube a bit here and wouldn't hold it. I was kind of not beside myself, but just wondering what I could do. And I talked to Dan Varga and sent it to him, and I don't know if he used epoxy or what, but he got it to stick back together, and it looks really good. You can't tell. And I was afraid to do it, thinking I would make a mess of it. And he did it, and you can't tell anything's ever been done. So I do appreciate you, Dan. Razor Refresh is the company he's got going now, and he does all kinds of replates and, you know, cleanings. And if there's something going on with the razor, he can probably fix it. You know, your doors aren't opening or closing the way you'd like for them to. I think he may do little adjustments like that. I'm not so sure, but I think that if he finds something going on, he usually fixes it when he replates it. Got an aristocrat up there that I was going to get done in copper, but I talked myself into just doing gold. He didn't try to talk me out of the copper, but he said he was glad that I just decided to go with the gold because they look so much better. I said, why didn't you tell me you didn't really want to do that? He said, it's not that I didn't want to. It's just that I like them better in gold. And he said, besides that, it's your razor. You can do what you want to do with it. So I think I know he's got a Facebook page. I'm thinking that he's got his website up. Price lists, and he was talking about his prices may go down a bit because maybe he's able to charge a less amount because he's got a new distributor or something for the solvents that he's using, or something or other, some kind of business jargon, you know. So Damaskeene does a good job. The other one that I had that I traded off, I would almost have to do a cleanup pass with another razor. That's how mild it was. And I kept thinking something was wrong with it, but people say that they're kind of that way. I would measure it and look at it and take pictures and look at it and send to folks, and I couldn't find anything that had been messed up on it. No crooked teeth like it'd been dropped or anything. And same way with this one, it just shaves differently. And I don't know, I guess back then it was, maybe things were just not as quality controlled as what you would hope for now. I do enjoy this old soap though. Yeah, I jump around when I talk. I was talking about the razor and went right to the soap. I don't know. I was talking to HD Shaves on the phone last night, and I'm sure he noticed, but I told him, you know, I'm like a kid. If I don't say it now, I'll forget it. Okay. HD Shaves was saying that he's been doing a lot of reviews on new razors and that sort of thing, and he really loves the old gems. He's got a lot of them. He did a video this week of his he got a mail call from Great Britain, I think Great Britain, somewhere in the UK, and was showing some of the razors he got, and he uses the same stuff, I think, for 5 or 6 days in a row. It's just how he does things, where I use something new about every day or something different every day. He said he can't wait to get back to the old gems, and I think this coming week is when he's going to be doing that or starting it. There are days or weeks where I'll use something 2 or 3 days in a row, but not normally. I don't particularly do reviews because what I think is not what you're going to think, more than likely. But it's nice to get a, like if you use and he uses a lot of different soaps from the newer artisans, and it's good to get a perspective, so to say, of a soap scent, or, you know, even a razor. It's heavy, it's light. Some people put a lot of stock in those sort of things. This little horsehair brush is very nice. Thank you, Kurt. Looks like I did throw the other blade away. Seems like every time I use this open comb Damaskeene, it's a little better shave. We all love equipment. That's what our thing is, so to say, so to speak. But what we should really be looking for is a good shave. And maybe most people do, maybe people don't. They use something just because. But it's likely I'm not going to use something if I get a bad shave out of it more than a couple of times, and I figure out it's not me. because a lot of times it is me. You know, not every razor reacts the same. I know that Fuzzy says a razor's a razor, a blade's a blade. I don't prescribe to that notion 100%. But like he says, the technique thing is key. But if you're used to a lighter razor and a certain amount of pressure, it's going to take a little bit to maybe get to where you need to be using that, if that makes any sense. Or a new blade versus a blade that has 3 uses on it. DE blades, I've only used twice, and I throw them away. Even it's so tempting to keep them and try to get another shave or 2 out of them. And I know people say they get however many shaves out of them, and I guess that's good. But I mean, for 8 cents, I'm not going to ruin a shave and make my skin hurt all day just because I don't want to spend a dime. And if you got 200 in your cigar box like I do, 200 of them in your cigar box like I do, why would you even risk that? I don't know. Now, a single edge, I use the Gem PTFE coated stainless blades, and they'll go a little longer, maybe 4 or 5 shaves, but I don't use them much more over that. Man, pretty good shave right there. Okay, I think it's been longer since I've used this Aqua Velva, and I think that's what I'll go with. Original Sport's what it's called. I just really like it. A guy from Canada told me that it smelled like a bathroom cleaner. I don't think it does exactly. Maybe a little. All right. Nice. All right. We'll recap and I'll get off here and shut up. The soap today we use is vintage Yardley. Like I said, I don't know how old this is. I got it in a lot of things I got off eBay. I give like $12 for this lot, and that was one of the things I was after. I was after a couple other things. I couldn't believe how cheap I got it. Open comb Damaskeene. This one is a marvelous shaver. The other one I had, not so much for me. The Vie Long, there it is. Vie Long horsehair brush from Kirk Green. Thank you, Kirk. And to finish it off, we use the Aqua Velva Original Sport in this Avon decanter that originally had Tribute Cologne in it. Anyway, cool bottle, I thought. Anyways, I will get off here and wish y'all a good week. Thank you for watching. Be careful and stay healthy out there. Thank you.